Welcome back to the Chronicles of Mystery. This is the Scorpio ritual. And we're back in La Valletta.
And the dressing gown still waits for my uncle.
Well, I guess he's not back then, huh?
What a nice smell. Violets from the Calypso meadow.
Were they there before? I obviously didn't have a good look around. Okay. Any post?
There's no post.
Guess not. Well, cop's not here. Who do we go to? See the guy in the corner? Yo, dude.
Did you find out anything pertaining to my uncle?
Nah, just some rumors.
Oh,
Well, what are the people saying?
Nothing worth a while.
tell
Come
me.
on, there may be a grain of truth in it.
They say that he was in the bad books of the ministry and the archaeologist, they said.
Yes, I know. They took the sight away from him.
But nobody really knows why. That new guy,
Simon.
yeah, Simon, he's not a better specialist than the professor.
So why did he take over for him?
They say
Yes?
the knights had a hand in this.
The Knights? I see. The Knights Hospitaller.
This is just a rumor.
As said, all rumors may contain a grain of truth.
No, not at all. Some are just absurd.
So, what are the absurd ones?
No, it's idiotic.
Oh, please.
I do not believe in it.
Tell me anyway.
Neither do I. Except, I don't yet know in what.
According to the rumor, your uncle was furious with the ministry, took the precious artifact from Gozo and went off to sell it.
Well, yeah, that one is utterly absurd. Besides, I know who's spreading that particular rumor.
So do I, but I am not telling. I want to be on good terms with the police.
Please, go on collecting those rumors.
Don't lose faith.
Your pliers is gone. I guess I'm not going to need that, huh? Nope. Old man? He's not there. He told me to come back. How about, Anderson's apartment? Windows open. 5?
Good morning.
Oh.
Can I come in?
Excuse me? Who is this?
I'm Sylvie, Olivier Leroux's niece. Can I see you?
Oh, yes, of course. Come on up.
Another character. Can I open the door? Well, now. Handsome young man. James, is it?
Sorry to bother you.
Not a problem.
I wanted to meet you since you've worked with my uncle.
How is he doing? I haven't been in touch with him for a while.
He's gone missing. Nobody's seen him for the past few days.
What do you mean, gone missing? Maybe he's left somewhere.
Possible, but where?
Well, have you asked the neighbors?
Kawada says he might have left for Gozo, but nobody knows anything more.
Oh, you've got me really worried. I really wanted to see him. I've been counting on his advice.
I'm beginning to worry about my uncle.
I know the feeling. I was just a child when my parents died. Afterwards, I was paralyzed by anxiety this would happen to every guardian of mine.
That's awful. I'm so sorry.
They went to the cinema in a Protestant neighborhood one night because they really wanted to see a particular movie. And on that evening, the IRA struck.
Belfast?
If it hadn't been for a wise priest, I'd be planting bombs myself.
My parents conducted research projects on the Polynesian Islands. They're ethnographers.
It must be beautiful there.
Yes, I'm sure. They worked in very difficult conditions, so I spent all my holidays with my uncle in La Valletta.
I mean, it's very difficult to understand for a child.
Uncle took good care of me. Sometimes
How
he'd
come
take
he
me
hasn't
to
got a
visit
Northern
my
Irish accent then?
You know, he mentioned you a lot when we pored over these inscriptions.
Sylvie, Please, call me Sylvie.
James, let's be friends.
Let's be friends. Sorry. You worked the stone tablet?
You worked on the stone tablet from Gozo.
Yes, yes. It's a fascinating discovery.
What's so interesting about it?
It's a long story.
Let's be friends.
I'm all ears.
The Knights Hospitaller had many seats before they finally ended up on Malta.
Yes, the Holy Land, Cyprus, Rhodes, Viterbo, those were the major ones, right?
That's correct. This was also a journey throughout the eras, from the Middle Ages to Renaissance in its full bloom.
All that time on the frontier, separating Christianity from the cultures of the Middle East.
They must have encountered things they would have perceived as miracles. I mean, such as magic and the occult.
But they managed to survive all this turmoil, as opposed to the Knights Templar, right?
Right. But I think that they were more down to earth, because they served the sick, the poor, and the suffering.
But these are hardly the truths you would engrave in stone.
But they should be. Still, somewhere along the way, maybe when they were fleeing Acre with the Knights Templar, they came into the possession of a unique artifact, or at least they had the knowledge about it.
And they wrote everything down on this tablet?
That's what I think, although I haven't been able to break the code yet. Maybe it'll require the assistance of computers and specialists.
He's got more of an Australian accent, isn't he? It's mixed.
Uncle left this note.
Yes, this might be it. A book detailing the history of the Knights Hospitaller. Do you have this volume?
It's in Uncle's
He
study.
heft this
If
for
your
him.
uncle
He's
was
South
not
African.
mistaken as to its value,
He's very mixed up.
this book might spare me many weeks of hard work.
He's got a bit of
I'll get the book
English,
for you, James.
bit of Australian,
Excellent.
and South African. He's definitely been all over, hasn't he? But there's no Belfast
I'll get this
accents in
book
it.
for you.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I imagine from when he was quite young, like he'd have that.
I should take the book to James.
He is James.
I
What?
think I've just made an ally.
Careful. I just had to go back over that conversation there. I'm a bit confused as to what happened. Uncle left this note. Yes, it might be it. Yes, this might be it. A book detailing the history of the Knights Hospitaller. Do you have the volume? It's in Uncle's study. If your uncle was not mistaken as to its value, the book might spare me many weeks of hard work. I'll get the books for you, James. I'm not entirely sure this guy's an ally. I'm suspicious by nature. So what you want me to do? Am I talking more? See ya.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be ya. Can we have a look around his place? No. That would be rude. I decided before I went for the book I'd take a stroll out to the docks, but this old guy's here. So... Oh.
You know, I found this signet ring in the soil.
Let me see it.
I think it's very old.
Yes, but it was hardly worn by the followers of Paul the Apostle, right? It bears the cross of the Knights Hospitaller.
So you agree it's authentic?
Oh yes, Maltese soil usually bears the real thing. I'm sure you'll get a fortune for it.
It's nice talking to you, but I've got to run.
Why would you show
Go
him?
on then. I'll stay here.
That's her little run. Ooh. Nothing here.
Our Professor Lambrusco used to have this
Lovely parrot.
Did you go to school here?
Yep.
well, whenever I felt like it.
It's the same parrot. Except, well, 10 years older.
You don't mention a woman's age.
I can't believe it. She sure gained some pounds.
Hard to keep a slim figure at my age.
Told ya. The only thing she's fit for is ragu.
Keeps repeating himself like a parrot or something.
And you've got a rotten personality.
Supposedly, the nymph Calypso
Resided on
True,
Malta.
true. Pop heard it from people you can trust.
A professor, maybe?
Nah, he would just get on the boat, take a crate of this or that.
And a bottle of rum.
He would disappear behind the horizon for some time. When he came back, he'd reek of fish and rum. But he'd also tell tales of a beautiful nymph and cyclops, and of Circe, who'd change most men into swine. Not that many would note the difference.
Hang on. First off, it was only the companions of Odysseus. Secondly, she changed them back. And thirdly...
That ain't so certain. Anyways, she'd loused up their character well and proper. Some men inherit that. Take Inspector Gronk, for instance.
What's he do?
He abuses my lovely parrot.
Swine.
Was he the one who tore out her feathers?
No, that'd be the Grand Master, the apothecary's cat. That Gronk.
He's much worse.
He forbids her to swear?
That too, but it gets even worse. He won't let her drink.
Swine.
He says she ain't fat, it's just that
Her liver's swollen.
he wants to send her to rehab. I'll cook her sooner than I'll allow that.
This evening, no.
Not this evening, no. This evening, no. Something in that.
I used to read a lot about seafaring.
Do you know how Captain Cook met his...
Met his end.
Sure. Cooked.
Sometimes it's all in the name, eh? I see you're well informed. You remind me of them kids from a dozen years ago, when there was no internet. They were very well informed when it came to my boat. Kept stealing it.
Oh!
But back then, I didn't have the parrot yet. See, the little rascals sailed out to the open sea once. Really ticked me off, that did. Professor Lambrusco himself came over here.
To get me to calm down.
He gave me this talking piece of trash by way of compensation.
For the
What
rum.
rum?
You know, rum, the kind you drink. Except it wasn't really legal. The Coast Guard went and confiscated it. I don't know whether the professor loved them kids so much or just wanted to get rid of that.
Ah, yes. Dear Lambrusco.
I don't feel like taking a trip. Okay. See ya. Interesting.
See ya.
Ideal weather for sailing.
Shut.
Another time, birdie. Wait a minute. I'm not sure if I should be doing this. I guess if I have to advance the... Oh!
There's this weird dream that's plaguing me.
I have the book. Well, I can go through it again.
In later chapters, the book was written in unknown writing.
Okay. Let's see what happens. It'll only advance the game one way or another, I'm guessing. Hey, Jimmy. Can you help me?
This is the book.
I'm going to get right to work then. Thank you, Sylvie.
I'd like to help somehow with finding the solution to the riddle.
You don't want to return to Paris?
No, I can't. Your work is tremendously fascinating.
You're exactly like Olivier said you were.
I accidentally read the note addressed to you.
I accidentally read the note addressed to you.
So you've seen that the professor didn't want to drag you into this.
Yes, but
What
he
was
also
it that he
going
wanted to
to.
protect
You were,
me from?
you were going to look after me.
I don't know, but I wouldn't take it lightly.
I have to find him.
Maybe you should just leave it to the police.
Come on. I talked to Gronk. The monument in the plaza would be more suited to conducting this case. Besides, after talking to him, I nearly felt like a suspect myself.
You know, I don't think your uncle would want you involved in this.
This is because he feels responsible for me. Now, however, I have to take care of him and his discovery. Yesterday, I took a look at the site on Gazo.
How strange. They've opened it again?
On the contrary, it's under police guard.
Why the police?
Someone broke in and stole a stone tablet as well as 4 small stone sculptures.
Unbelievable.
But unfortunately true. However, I have photos of them.
Could you show them to me?
Here are the photographs of the tablet.
Good photographs. They're going to be able to help me with my work.
They're yours.
Now it'll be so much easier to work on this riddle.
I hope you'll be able to solve it soon.
So do I. Working on such texts, you can get stuck for weeks.
Why would anybody steal these stones?
The thieves knew perfectly well what they were doing.
They knew their value.
Possibly better than we do. Either way, they waited until they were secured and loaded into crates. I'll ask among some art dealers. They might have heard something. Hang on.
What?
Didn't the professor go missing on the same day as the stones?
I've been thinking about that. Do you think the thieves harmed him in any way?
Well, not necessarily, but they may need him to decipher the inscriptions.
This means they're treating him well, right?
Well, if that's the case, then yes.
Well, at least they're keeping him alive, if that's what you mean.
What do you make of this archaeologist?
Have you talked to Henry, Simon?
Yes, although incognito.
You know, you really should introduce yourself. Henry used to work with your uncle.
And I'm supposed to hold a calm conversation with the man who ousted my uncle?
I don't think he's behind all those awful things.
Should I grill him a bit?
Just be honest with him.
Can you help me?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm not leaving you alone with this. Just give me a call as soon as you find out anything.
Do you think my theory can be helpful?
What do you mean?
Uncle said on the phone that my research may be connected to his Gozo discovery.
I remember now. He mentioned something about an unconventional approach.
Controversial is more like it.
What exactly does your theory pertain to?
The actual existence of Sodom and Gomorrah. I claim that what's in the Bible is more than just a nifty morality tale.
That doesn't
Yeah,
sound
but
all
sure.
that blasphemous.
I'd love to discover those cities. Like Schliemann discovered Troy.
Isn't
I
there
follow in his
proof?
footsteps, in the sense that I treat the description
There
we have
are.
as real.
Would you want to include God in your
Let's
research?
not go into that.
No. Just like Schliemann didn't include the Greek gods as such, what he was interested in were the consequences of their actions.
Which in this case means the destruction of those cities.
Yes. Plus, some Gnostics believe that this destruction was carried out by God with a special tool, which remains in the Middle East up until this day.
Nah.
A source of unearthly power, which is reborn in cycles.
That's how Uncle described it in his letter.
Well, I mean, you just have to wait for
What's
the
wrong
full
with nature?
translation of the tablet.
I know, I don't want to jump to
You can
conclusions.
use nature. See ya.
See ya. James is right. I should have an honest chat with Simon. That's the only way I'll find out anything about my uncle.
I guess we're going to Simon then.
Time to visit the archaeologist site on Gozo.
Again.
The police are thankfully gone.
It was a nice car.
Wow, what a rocket.
Pretty cool, actually. Do you think he's still asleep? Mm-hmm.
The archaeologist is probably digging in the soil somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe I should look around the temple a bit more.
Who's this? Hello? Do you like
Do
it?
you like it?
Very impressive. Amazing.
Yes,
Amazing.
I think so too. These are not perfect cathedrals or palaces. This is a different type of beauty, austere and powerful.
Oh no, the cathedrals and palaces and alleys and forts are amazing too.
I see you fell in love with Malta.
I generally fell in love with Europe. One lifetime is not enough to see this incredible wealth of beauty.
American?
Sure.
Is it that obvious?
No, but your car is.
Not bad, is it? It goes up to 60 miles, 100 kilometers per hour in 4 seconds.
Impressive.
It's a funny way of putting it. It does 0 to 60 in 4 seconds is the way you'd say that.
I could show you some treasures of Malta.
Thank you,
But I'm
but
kinda
I'm
busy.
leaving today.
Pity. It's a feast for both the eyes and the soul. I know what I'm talking about. I'm an archaeologist.
An enviable profession. Congratulations.
Sure. And what do you do?
Where till I just get a
I'm
ruler?
A headhunter. Currently on vacation.
Headhunter. Whose head are you
Have a safe
hunting?
trip home.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
That is so bizarre. Oh, 1 second. Go take your photographs, lady. I don't get it. Oh, we kept a photograph. Huh, how come we didn't give him that one? That's interesting.
Reconstruction or instruction. 4 pedestals and stone elements with inscriptions on them.
Why did we meet her? Oh, there's himself. Hello.
How's the work going?
Oh, it's you again.
The police officer let me see the cave. No problems.
How on earth did you manage that?
All it took was a good word and a cup of coffee.
Where'd you get the coffee
What,
from?
journalists carry coffee around just in case?
I'm not a journalist.
I had a hunch from the beginning. Why'd you lie?
And you? Why did you lie about the break-in?
Why did you steal my coffee? I missed it when I got up. I didn't have no coffee.
My name is Sylvie Leroux,
A relative of the professor's?
relative and pupil of the same professor whom you set up.
Set up? What do you mean?
You took this discovery away from him.
No, that's not true.
You wanted to take his glory, and as a result,
Both he and his discoveries went
Calm
missing.
down. You're insulting me now.
didn't you take over for him?
The ministry offered this job to me. They didn't want Olivier anymore.
Why? Didn't you try to clear it up?
I did. First thing I did, in fact, was to visit the professor. We'd worked together before.
That's even more reason to consider the things you did unfair.
Your uncle didn't take too well to rational arguments. I'm sorry to say this, but it looked like the beginnings of a persecution complex.
You're just writing off whatever it was that was happening to him.
At first, I thought he was just an aging scientist growing bitter. Then I understood that there was really something bad brewing around this discovery.
You don't feel responsible for that?
Well, what do you think? I'm hardly just an extra. I did contribute to the research of this discovery. I put my heart into it. And then, several days ago, all that was lost. I was beaten up and robbed of the most precious.
Precious among all
now
findings.
you know how my uncle felt.
Some guys milled around here earlier. I should have suspected something.
Would you recognize them?
No.
How were the stones stolen?
I was working on my computer. At one point, I heard a car in the parking lot, but I just went back to work. It wouldn't stop bugging me, though, so I went outside.
And you saw the thieves?
Yes, 2 of them. They were just passing by with the stones. They were masked. I started screaming, so one of them grabbed my throat from behind, and the other dealt me several blows.
Did they say anything?
No, I only heard one barked.
Okay, in some
Did you
strange
see
accent.
their car?
No, by the time I picked myself up, they were gone.
Do you suspect who they might be?
No, but I do hope they got what they wanted and will not return.
I understand.
I don't feel safe. I got the impression someone went through my trailer the other day.
Ah, oh, that was me.
Do you think they took my uncle with them?
I
Got the
didn't see
impression.
him with them.
Well, when was the
Took
last time you spoke
photographs
to
and
him?
everything.
We had a fight. He was furious with me.
Maybe they needed him to work on those stones.
I'm not convinced, although it is possible.
How valuable are those
How
stones?
valuable are those stones?
To an archaeologist, immensely.
I know, I'm an archaeologist too. I even have my own theory as to those stones.
Really?
They are connected to an ancient artifact sought already in biblical times.
Wouldn't you know? The young'uns are quick to snatch up the news.
Well, I'm sure you have your own theory.
I can't risk one yet.
Maybe a collector is behind this.
No, as far as the arts market is concerned, the stone...
Stones aren't all that interesting.
If we learn the value of the inscriptions, their value in the eyes of the collectors might go up.
Maybe the thieves kidnapped my uncle in order to find the meaning behind those inscriptions. Maybe they constitute the true value of the stones.
It is a plausible explanation, but you can hardly expect me to put myself in the thieves' shoes.
No, they might be the right size. I think I'll be saying goodbye then. How do you think it? I'm not actually sure.
I think I'll be saying goodbye then.
Believe me, I'm not the reason for these calamities. It must be something far greater than myself.
It's good that I was honest with him. Simon seems to be nice after all. I think I can trust him.
Girl, you trust everybody just because they seem nice.
Hello?
Anderson here. I've got a lead on those stones. I found out there's this art gallery owner in Istanbul who's sounding out the market, and not too subtly.
What does this mean?
Well, I imagine they're probably in possession of the stolen stones.
What's the address of this gallery?
It's Galatasaray 23. It's run by a woman called Fina Flateau. Do you want to go there?
Can you repeat? I can barely hear you.
Galatasaray 23.
Galatasaray 23.
3. Yes. You're not thinking of going there, are you?
And this is the only lead we've got.
Look, this is not a joke. You're going to be dealing with thieves at best and someone vastly more dangerous at worst.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Be careful. These stones have drawn the attention of some very powerful organizations.
I can't hear you. We'll talk later.
Yeah, wait till he finishes speaking. Don't actually speak over him and say, like, I can't hear you. Hey, you know where Galatasaray 23 is?
I think I'll be...
Believe me, I'm...
Ooh, we can go back in. That's pretty cool. I guess I'm going somewhere else. I'll probably see you in the next episode.
Galatasaray 23.
Yep.
Visiting Mrs. Flateau in Istanbul can help clear things up.
Let's hope so. See you in the next one, folks. Thanks for watching. All the best. Bye-bye.